Last week, the Tampa Bay Rowdies got an impressive win over Sarasota in USL Cup play. Tonight, Tampa Bay returns to league play and one of their arch rivals in Indy 11. It's Tampa Bay versus Indy coming up next. Welcome to a soccer Saturday night in downtown St. Petersburg. The Tampa Bay Rowdies hosting Indy 11 here tonight. This Rowdies pre-match show brought to you by Suncoast Credit Union. More perks, less fees. Join Suncoast today. And we welcome you inside the booth. Thrilled you're here. Drew Felios alongside the Rowdies goalkeeping legend Jeff Attinella. Tonight it's Tampa Bay and it's Indy. Rowdies have had a lot of success against this club, Jeff. How do you see this matchup?
Well, this one's a little bit different than the Rowdies have seen this season. Indy likes to play the ball a little bit more direct, so it's going to be more of a fight than they're used to seeing. And especially with the elements that we have outside, it should make for a little bit of a challenging matchup. Yeah, Rowdies haven't lost to this club since 2018. Pretty amazing in the last 10 tries. All right, for Tampa Bay, it begins with defense, and Brian Schaefer is having himself quite a year. And with the direct play, that's why I want to highlight Brian Schaefer tonight. He has the height as a center back. He's more of the physical center back between the two of the pairings. So for me, Brian Schaefer's going to need to have a big game, holding up the number 9s, winning those clearances, and especially on set pieces. And for Indy 11, how about Aiden Quinn? He is having a really, really nice year himself. 15 chances created for his team. He leads the Eastern Conference, and he's really the player that has the ball at his feet. He likes to deliver those balls in the air. He likes to create those different opportunities. So just somebody that the Rowdies have to keep an eye on tonight. We've had such great weather so far this year. Tonight, not really the case. Rain before the game and perhaps during it as well. Well, that's going to make it a little bit more of a fight. You know, when the field is wet like that, it's not as easy to put the ball on the ground and play. So I think that this is going to be a real big battle. So that's why I want to see what they're able to do and that they're up to the task. Weather certainly going to be a factor. Tampa Bay and Indy 11. It is coming up next. Do not go away. It's going to be fun from downtown St. Pete.
Babe, are we out of paper towels?
I think so. And give you a new toy for Sunny.
Already in my cart. Ooh, it's the newest viral tumbler.
I mean, we're getting instant cash back, so go for it.
Suncoast Cashback Plus gives you up to 20% back combined with your Suncoast Credit Union checking or savings account. From everyday purchases, dining out, or buying gift cards, you'll get cash back on the spot. Get started at suncoast.com/morecash.
That must be our new 500 times the cash scratch off. What a massive multiplier.
It's like I always say, go big or go bigger.
And it'll help us do huge things for education.
Donut?
I'll take 500.
I'll get the multiplier.
Times the cash scratch-offs from the Florida Lottery. It's good fun.
Your love of driving started early. As you zoomed down your imaginary highway, someone was always there to protect you, to make sure you're still covered. Kemper Auto knows your journey and will help you along the way. Affordable, personalized auto insurance you can count on. Get a quote today.
Just moments away from kick. Indy 11 and the Tampa Bay Rowdies led by Lewis Hilton, their captain. Tonight this matchup brought to you by Orlando Health. Thrilled to bring it to you on Tampa Bay's 44 and also ESPN Plus as well. Teams making their final plans as we introduce you to our lineups brought to you by Orlando Health. For the Rowdies, Carson Henderlong, big week last week in that open Cup matchup, that USL Cup matchup, and Jeff, tonight he's in the starting lineup.
Well, we talked last week how that tournament game could add some playing time for players. Heading along, getting his first start of the USL season up top after the 2-goal effort. Dion Akoff is a welcome sight back into the starting lineup as well. Look for him to get forward. And Mateus Oliveira, first start of the USL season, 2 assists in his last 2 games. So these are players that are going to have an impact on this one. And let's see how it works getting their opportunity to get in the starting lineup.
As for Indy 11, Eric Dick, tremendous goalkeeper, comes from Pittsburgh. Tremendous run last year in the postseason. And then you've got Jack Blake, number 8, the former Tampa Bay Rowdy.
Facilitator. Blake is a facilitator for this team, and this is a team that likes to play direct, but they have a lot of skill. Rendon at 27 is a very good forward with skill on the ball. And like you said, the goalkeeper, Dick, he has championship pedigree. So this is a team that has experience, size, and a very distinct style of play.
So Indy 11, tonight we're in the all-red, and the Tampa Bay Rowdies with, looks like the secondary kits here tonight. You love the little change here for this matchup on Mental Health Night here at the park.
Yeah, the team opting to wear green tonight. This kicks off our Mental Health Awareness Night for the season for the Rowdies, and it's Mental Health Awareness Month. So representing and wearing the color green is, a good homage to that from the Tampa Bay side.
And we're underway from downtown St. Petersburg. Akoff, the first touch from a Rowdy. Tampa Bay comes in with 14 points. Tremendous year they're having thus far. Still unbeaten at 4-0-2. Indy 11, 2-1-3. As the Rowdies will throw it in, courtesy of Sebastian Cruz. Mentioned it's been a long time since Indy 11 has topped Tampa Bay. That was 2018. Seems like an eternity ago. And for some reason, Tampa Bay seems to play very well against this franchise. As you said, Jeff, cannot put it in the bank here tonight. A completely different Rowdies team than what we have seen in the past. But so far, this team has not let us down one time this year.
What I like about this game and this matchup is we're going to learn a lot about the Tampa Bay Rowdies. This is going to be more of a fight game. A lot of the games they've played to this point, there's been a lot of skill involved, a lot of keeping the ball on the ground. But as I mentioned in the open, this Indy 11 team likes to play very direct. They have very big bodies. The target forward looks like he's around 6'5". So this is going to be more of a game that's about the physicality of the play. And every time you go up a team like this, when you're used to playing with the ball on the ground, it presents a different type of challenge.
Let's take a look at the injuries. And first, the home side, the Rowdies with Archer, McGrow, and Learman. Again, that Rowdies back line right now, depth very thin, Jeff, but they have played so exceptional. It has not affected them just yet, but they certainly want to get some of those players back.
They could definitely afford to get a little bit more healthy on the back line, but to your point, they've been up to the task so far.
Yeah, Leland Archer, one that simply cannot wait to watch him play as a Rowdy. This ball crossed in. Tampa Bay trying to get on top of it. Instead, it's Indy 11 with the fast start. Again, a little bit of a slick field here tonight. We've had steady rain since about 3:30. As we take a look at our keys to the match, brought to you by Suncoast Credit Union.
Transitional moments for the Tampa Bay Rowdies with that direct play means that there's going to be opportunities where Indy 11 is going to leave themselves open. So once that long ball is hit, can you win that long ball? Can you get the ball on the ground and attack when you have the numbers?
And for Indy 11, they're going to have to play near perfect soccer here tonight to win.
Well, second balls and set pieces. When you play a direct style of play, it's not the first initial ball that's going to get you in trouble. It's that second ball. So if Indy 11 is able to gather those second balls in favorable areas, that'll be to their advantage. And of course, set pieces, we talk about their size, we talk about their direct play. That's a weapon for this team. So those are things that the Rowdies are going to need to be aware of, and especially on those set pieces, making sure you're extremely switched on.
Now here comes Indy. Oh, contact made right there. And it'll be a throw in here courtesy of Indy 11. And that's Logan Neidlinger, one of the academy players, hitting the deck hard. Two outstanding coaches here tonight. Dominic Asciato, tremendous thus far for the Rowdies.
Well, off to a great start. You know, you can't argue with the start, and even going into last season, it's been a very long unbeaten run for head coach Dominic Asciato. Just a stylist playing his system. And Sean McCullough, he's a coach that I had with me out in Oregon. He's a very forward-thinking coach. He wants to put the ball into the back of the net, and you see that on their stats. Their ability to score goals has been there this year, but it's been their inability to keep the ball out of the back of the net that has them in a little bit of trouble.
Rowdies trying to get it out of their own box. Unable to clear it. Indy, nice touch. Headed back to the center part. And it's Tampa Bay coming up with it. And Lewis Hilton now leading the charge the other way. Russell Cicerone did not see many minutes last week due to the Rowdies playing in that USL Cup. They did not need the production of some of their best players. Tonight should be a different story. Extremely large. 10 is Williams. And now Schneider. And Tampa Bay get control of it. Schaefer places it nicely. And the Rowdies will run now with Akoff. Dion Akoff trying to cross it in. Nearly got over the very last hill, but Indy 11 able to clear.
Dion Akoff, he brings that ability, getting the ball forward, getting crossed into the box. I thought Alex Rodriguez did a good job with that against Sarasota Paradise, but Dion Akoff, he has that second little lever. When he puts the ball down, when he takes that big touch, he has that second degree where he just ramps it up a little bit. He's able to find that space in behind defenders, and he's something that the Rowdies have been missing.
Physical now, and it's Akoff. Akoff just beats the opposition to the ball. At least momentarily he did. Ball goes out of bounds. And they will say it is out on Tampa Bay for a goal kick.
That's a good bit of defending there from Indy 11. Dion Akoff, a player that has a lot of speed, but able to take the angle and the right approach. Earn themselves a goal kick.
So Eric Dick right here, 19 saves so far this season, Jeff. You're a goalkeeper. You know the incredible run he had last year in the postseason. One of the best you've ever seen.
Just a shot stopper. He's just a natural shot stopper. You saw it last year in the playoffs, and anytime you're able to win a championship and put that run together, you know that he's a goalkeeper that's playing with a ton of confidence. So for the Rowdies to have success tonight, it's going to take shots from the corner, shots that are going to really challenge him, because he's not one to make a lot of mistakes.
So now Indy 11 on the front foot. It's Quinn. Remember, the chances leader for Indy 11 this year. This guy always seems to stir the pot somehow. That's the first time Waite gets his hands on the ball for Tampa Bay. Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of USL Championship. From the grassroots to the pros, they're every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and so much more. Select is the player's choice. So Logan Neidlinger, one of the academy products for Indy 11, set to throw it in. Indy 11, they lost to Union Omaha last week 2-1. So they have gone down to Union this year twice, Jeff. Once in Open Cup play, and then the other time in USL Cup play. So 0 for 2. As Myers, a little shaken up for Tampa Bay. He'll get up though.
That one was definitely a little bit surprising with that result, because usually if a team catches you once, it's hard to catch you the second time. But, give Union Omaha a ton of credit, because obviously it's a side that is able to compete with these championship sides and have gotten the better of Indy 11 this year.
Official right there to make the call. And our official tonight, Brandon Stevis, is our head referee. Jennifer Gardner, assistant tonight, along with Nicholas Lopez and Russell Miller, our fourth official. Hilton, a little 1-2. Tampa Bay able to gather it in. Schneider now, and this is Brian Schaefer. Rowdies just a tad bit sloppy early on, connecting the dots.
That's a ball that Schaefer's had a lot of success with this year too, trying to break the lines, trying to find those spaces in between, just not on the same page as the forward. Just a little triplet there, the referee with the easy call on that one. But even from this distance, these are moments where the Rowdies need to be switched on for these set pieces. A lot of big bodies on this Indy 11 team, not afraid to dump the ball into the box and see what happens.
Sanvi was tripped up. Now they'll float this one towards the goal, headed down. Just in front of that 6-yard box, Jamali Waite on guard. And Tampa Bay trying to clear it now, but Indy 11 able to wrestle it free. And that shot was by Jack Blake, the former Rowdy. You know that number 8 wants to come in and really torch his former club here tonight.
That's a good shot from distance. Jamali Waite saw it all the way, but you can see how important those second balls are. That set piece comes in. There's a lot of red shirts, but they're able to regather that possession, get a look on goal. And those are the moments that the Rowdies really need to be switched on for if they're not able to win that initial ball.
Seemed like ages ago when Jack Blake was playing under Neil Collins. Now Lewis Hilton hard charging for the Rowdies. Lays one off. This ball is nicely delivered for Henderlong. Good job getting back once again for the visiting side. And now Dos Santos settling things.
It's good recovery defense there by Indy 11, but those are the moments that I'm talking about with the Rowdies that they need to take advantage of. They break the lines with an initial pass. It's a good bit of skill there from MD Myers, who's able to get Hilton on that run. Can you take advantage of those moments when you have numbers running forward? That's going to be key for them tonight.
Now it's Cicerone. Dos Santos sees the ball go off in. Indy 11 will throw it in. Bruno Rendon right there.
Dos Santos needed to win that challenge too. There's a lot of empty space behind. So it's a well-timed challenge there from the center back, and he absolutely needed it.
Now it's Brian Schaefer. Rowdies get it back center. Dos Santos. Such a key cog in the wheel of the Rowdies this year. And now Tampa Bay building from the back. At Bellevue University, your success is the only thing that matters. That's why they offer education that's designed to help you achieve your next goal. Find out more about the degrees. Bellevue.edu/goals. Cross this one in. Oh, Rowdies once again just watch it bounce right inside that box. And now Tampa Bay scrambles. Cruz. Dos Santos, the safety valve.
Something that I want the fans to take notice of is when the center backs have the ball at their feet, they're playing these balls to the middle of the field where they're breaking their lines. There's a good example of it there. That ball is so important for the Rowdies tonight because there's so much space in the midfield and allows you to do things like this.
Nice cross shot, and what a save by Eric Dick. As good as you can deliver it from Tampa Bay, and a sample of what this visiting keeper can do tonight.
And we saw a goal, similar goal to this, Carson Henderlong last week, making that great run to the near post, and Dick gets himself low. He gets that hand down. Look at this save, that quick reaction save, able to guide it over the crossbar. That is a big-time save from a very good shot-stopping goalie. But we just talked about the importance of that ball and what it's able to do. Carson Henderlong making that great diagonal run. We saw it last week against Sarasota, but unfortunately for this time, Dick is up to the challenge.
Our first Colony Grill corner kick of the night. And Mateus Oliveira, the Brazilian, the in-swinger for Tampa Bay. Eric Dick able to reel it in once more.
It looks like a save that you see a lot of times, but to be able to get low like that, that quick reaction save, to be able to get that big body that he has all the way down to the ground to flick that over the bar, that takes a lot of skill.
Hilton and the Rowdies able to settle things. And now Lewis Hilton switches the point of attack. And Tampa Bay again. You can see Jeff adjusting just a little bit to the slick field here tonight. Certainly a game changer.
Well, there's a lot of different factors right now against the Tampa Bay Rowdies for things that they haven't seen before. Indy 11's a little bit more physical. The spacing on the field that they provide versus the other teams is a little bit different. And like you said, the slick pitch, you know, it's a lot of different factors that they're going to have to accommodate for.
Now Hilton turn, and the Rowdies run.
It's a great turn.
Olivetta, he has played well and assist in the last 2 games for Tampa Bay. Akoff running to him, battling in the corner. That's one guy maybe we haven't talked about enough, number 17, Mateus Olivetta. Getting his first start in league play for the Rowdies. Big assist last week against Sarasota, and had an assist the week before that as well, late in the game. So another goal kick here for Indy. 15th minute. Rowdies now playing out of the center circle. MD Myers once again. Lewis Hilton called for the foul. You can't help, Jeff, but notice the size of number 18 in red here tonight. Noble Okello, the Canadian, former Phoenix Rising. This guy is a giant on the field, isn't he?
And he's not alone. When you look at the size of this Indy 11 team, the matchups are a little bit favorable for them, especially in these set piece opportunities. So that's why I thought, especially heading into this one, that Schaefer's going to need to have a big game, because he really provides that size for the back line. And there was an emphasis on this Rowdies roster to get bigger this year, and they have done that, but Indy 11 is bringing a different type of size to this one.
So set piece coming up for Indy. And they go to that number 18. Rowdies able to defend it pretty nicely. Whoa, really physical right now on the pitch. Saw the 23, Max Schneider, with a little bit of a check there.
I think it's only a matter of time. Sometimes when the field is like this, the weather is this way, you know that Indy 11 is going to bring a different type of energy to this game. It wouldn't surprise me if this game starts to get a little bit chippy as it drags along.
Now it's Brian Schaefer. Good job by Indy getting it right back. They've come out pretty sharp here in this first half.
Yeah, it's a risky ball by Schaefer. Slow ball to the middle of the field. I understand what he's trying to do, break those lines, but especially as a center back, if you're dragging yourself out of position with the ball at your feet, you want to be careful with those balls in the middle.
Yeah, there's certainly been a lot going on here, Jeff, in the pregame. We've had the weather not ideal, not like it usually is, and also we've had a fire just beyond Al Lang Stadium. It appears to be the USF Marine Science Center, and it started blazing about 5 o'clock. Fire trucks have been rushing to that area for the past 3 hours now, and there you see they are hard at work.
And it's great to see that it's come down a little bit. The smoke for a little while there was getting pretty scary, so you know, hopefully everyone's okay, and bless the firefighters who are out there making sure that everybody is taken care of. It was an eventful pregame.
It certainly has been. Let's see how the Rowdies respond to it. This ball sent in once again, late off his line. Tampa Bay trying to clear. Indy still with possession. Now at the feet of Jack Blake. Rowdies able to avoid danger, and now Lewis Hilton. How about this delivery? Mateus Olivetta switches it to the right side. Number 10, Cicerone, went 1v1, and it'll belong to the Rowdies.
And those are those counter-attacking moments that we talked about. In the 11, they have a set piece. It's a dangerous set piece. Ball put in a tough spot. They do a good job winning the ball. And it's that first outlet ball from the Tampa Bay Rowdies that has them off and running. Can they take advantage of those moments in the game? Because you're going to see a lot of those different opportunities with the way that Indy 11 likes to play.
Well, tonight's broadcast brought to you by Suncoast Credit Union. More perks, less fees. Join Suncoast today. Dion Akoff will throw this one in. Defender out of Upland, California. First season with the Rowdies, had a key role. And now tapped out. It'll belong to Indy. Temperature tonight at 75 degrees. Did expect a lot of showers, could eventually get some before this game is over. But the coast is pretty much clear for now.
I was say, don't wish that on us, Drew. Don't wish that on us, Drew.
Not. Hope not. Mother Nature has been very kind. Now set piece here for Tampa Bay. And it's Olivetta. Mateus Olivetta. First USL start here tonight. You know he wants to have a big time performance. Line drive, far post. Headed now into the center. A little bit of traffic there. Tampa Bay can't get a foot on it.
You saw the idea, a hard driven ball to that far post. The runner was open, just a little bit, maybe a little bit too much power, so the header couldn't get redirected back into the dangerous area. But that's a play that you see straight off the training pitch that you know that has been worked on.
So now it's Hilton. Rowdies can't control it here. And this Cruz has it go off his foot. How about Mateus Olivetta getting that first start? This guy has slowly gotten better, eventually got his opportunity. They've kind of eased him into the action, and he's finally starting to deliver.
Well, and he's a player as well that has a little bit of freedom to move, right? You don't need him to worry about his defensive responsibilities as much because he's so good at getting the ball and moving it forward. So maybe he's a player that can spark this offense a little bit and create those outlet balls that the forwards are looking for and those different balls in behind.
So another Tampa Bay Rowdy goes down. It's Akoff, and a yellow card here will be delivered.
Yeah, just gets his foot in late. Easy call there for the referee. Gets the yellow card because it could be considered a tactical foul. I understand the yellow card in that situation. Early in this one, though, now Akoff needs to be careful with what he's doing the rest of the game.
So another set piece coming up here for Indy. Indy getting some chances here in the first half. Cam Lindley, former Colorado Springs switchback here, will do the honors. He's got 2 assists this year. Lindley will place it with nobody home. The Rowdies will just watch it sail out. We are so excited you are here with us tonight. Drew Felios alongside the great Jeff Attinella here at Al Lang Stadium. Our Tampa Bay Rowdies crew with you as well. Thrilled to have you on Tampa Bay's 44 or ESPN Plus. So far, so good for the Rowdies, the only unbeaten team in USL Championship, and trying to stay perfect.
This is an important one for the Rowdies as well. They have a tough road stretch coming up, so getting 3 points at a home game against a team that's underneath you in the Eastern Conference. It's early in the season, but for me, this is an important 3 points that they need to get.
Jamali Wade is holding things up. And now the Rowdies will kick it around here. Dos Santos. Hilton again, and Tampa Bay gathers it in. Cicerone, and now the Rowdies can work. Olivetta, look at that ball spread around. Akoff, right side. Now turns just before the end line, and that ball will be hammered out quickly. eFootball is here. Live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play. Download now. Akoff on the throw-in, far side for Tampa Bay. Rowdies back line nearly broke that time, but it's Schaefer calling for a handball. The official's right there to finally make the call.
Good job there by Schaefer as well, making sure that he's covering for Dos Santos. Dos Santos looked to have to win that first ball, but because he's tracking his defender, or because he's tracking his attacker and staying with him, clear handball there by Blake, but because he's tracking his defenders and staying with him, making sure that that little slip up by Dos Santos didn't cost anything.
Taking a look at Indy 11's roster before this contest, and remember Sebastian Guenzati, who was the Rowdies' all-time leading scorer, eventually went to Indy 11 after he departed Tampa Bay. Guenzati now with the New York Cosmos. USL League One, 34 years old now, and wearing the captain's armband night in and night out. Here's Cam Lindley. Indy 11 showing plenty of life in this first half. Kickoff coming to it though. And now Tampa Bay can attack with numbers moving forward. Indy once more. Put it in front of the goal. Dos Santos has no choice just to send it out. And it'll be the first corner kick for Indy 11 tonight.
That's the situation there. Akoff has the ball at his feet. He looks up. He sees nothing but red shirts. Can he put his foot on the ball a little bit earlier to bring that ball back around and retain that possession? Once that possession turns over, that's where Indy 11 has their numbers going forward. It's a good job there by Dos Santos clearing the danger. But again, when a team is good at set pieces, the thing that I used to always talk about was, can we limit the set pieces that we're giving them? It's not a matter of making sure that you're switched on, which of course you have to do, but can you be a little bit more tactical in the way that you are giving up these set pieces?
So Colony Grill corner kick from the visiting side for the first time. Gainbridge tapping it out. Got there at the perfect time. That was just great timing from the keeper.
That was, and he's really been tested more than we're used to seeing so far early in this one. He's been making saves. He's been having to come off of his line. What I really like about that one is, as a goalkeeper, when a cross comes in with that much pace, when you want to punch the ball, can you carry the momentum and keep it going towards that far post? He did that perfectly.
Now it's Neidlinger, sets one in orbit. Akoff trying to post up. Andy will try and keep possession here with Quinn and Blake back and forth. And now near the end line, loft one more up far post. Blake coming off his line again and retreats right back. Ball ricochets around, and Indy 11 will gather it at midfield.
Good timing there by Wade on that cross. Off of his foot, I didn't think he was going to get there, but times it perfectly and doesn't worry about the forward, crashes right through him.
Race to the ball now. Good job by Cruz. And it's cleared once again by Jamali Ray. Will head out of bounds. And the ball here should belong to Indy. The official mortgage partner of the Rowdies is Union Home Mortgage, your partner from First Homes to refinance. Get started with UHM today and visit UHM.com to learn more. This ball is shot from distance, and I mean way out. And Jamali Wade's going to have to take a deep breath. He may be a little shaken up there, Jeff. He was involved in a couple real physical stands right there on goal.
Well, especially off that second cross when he came out and punched that ball back to the middle of the field. There was a lot of traffic. He had to go through a forward. He had to go through a defender. And in situations like that, it's hard to protect your body, but you just have to sacrifice it to get to the ball.
So good start for Indy 11. Rowdies trying to get on point here in the 28th minute. And with that, we send it down to the third member of our broadcast crew. Welcome, Deandra Liu. Hey, Deandra.
Hey, Drew. Thank you guys so much. Last Saturday was a special one for Tampa Bay Rowdies USL Academy signing, Alex Rodriguez. He's earned his start in the USL Cup opener against the Sarasota Paradise, and it's been almost a full year since Alex's last start. He said that he could really tell a difference in how much he's grown. He was quick to thank the Rowdy staff and his teammates, and his growth has not gone unnoticed by head coach Dominic Casiato, who said he's been really impressed with Alex's consistency in training. They love that they can trust him to step in whenever needed. And Alex said last weekend wasn't just about getting the start, it was another step forward for him being in this Rowdy system as a young player. He said he's learned so much, but the was not being afraid to ask his coaches for help when he needs it. And he said he really had to shift his mindset to see it as a strength and not a weakness, because at the end of the day, you're getting tips to help your game. Guys, I'll send it back to you.
All right, thank you, Deandra. Rodriguez had a nice role last week in that Rowdies win over Sarasota. Tonight he is on the sidelines, but could possibly enter this game late.
He's a player as well. I mentioned it during the Sarasota broadcast. You like to see academy players that understand their space on the team. Being a younger player, being someone that's trying to settle in. He's somebody that puts the work in every day, but he also has a smile on his face every time you see him. He shakes everybody's hands. After training, he gathers with the balls. He helps to kick guys. And those are the types of things you like to see from a player like Alex. And I thought he did a good job in the game. He is somebody that I expect to see getting a little bit more playing time, especially when you're talking about the depth on the back line being a little bit banged up.
Rowdies now with possession. Dos Santos crosses that midfield line, and Lewis Hilton takes it from there. Hilton, longest tenured Rowdies player. This is 7th season. What a run he has had.
The Rowdies need to figure out a way to get these front three involved. There's not a lot of movement right now. Headalong, he had the 2 goals last week. He had the early opportunity. Can he get himself on the ball a little bit more and try to be a little bit more of a true number 9 so Cicerone and Myers can work off of him?
This one knocked down by Cruz. And now a little pressure coming from Indy. Rowdies elude it. Cruz once more. Cruz being chased here by Nadlinger. And now it's Akoff. Rowdies trying to find a way against this defense from Indy 11. It's been effective in this first half. Hilton and now Cruz. Schneider. Nice pass here. And it's Olivetta. Olivetta with a cross in. Again, put in a pretty good spot. And now from behind, it's going to get called for the push. Another good idea. I really like Olivetta and what he is seeing out there.
He finds himself in open space, and that's a sign of a midfielder who has that freedom to roam a little bit. So he does a good job of finding himself in that empty space. But again, on that cross, I'd like to get that cross a little bit more close to the goal box. Can we get those forwards a little bit more involved? We haven't been calling their names enough. Cicerone, Myers, Headalong. These are players that are very dynamic in the attack. If the Rowdies have success, they need to start getting them involved somehow, whether it's them coming and checking for the ball, making those runs in behind. Just find a way to get these forwards who are difference makers touches.
When you watch Mateus Olivetta play, remind you a little bit of Marcel Schaefer, former Tampa Bay Rowdy, just a little bit, maybe?
Has a dynamic to him. I think that for Olivier, he's an experienced player. So for me, there's certain things about players that you could tell that they've seen the game at a different level, and you'll notice it in certain moments. He had a turn earlier in the game where he took the long route to create himself more space. So it's things like that I really take recognition of, because he just sees the game a little bit more differently than most of the players around him. So you start to see some of that special stuff.
Players jockeying for position there. Ball delivered now, and look at the Rowdies keeper Jamali Wade, and he comes down hard right on his back.
It's good, brave goalkeeping there from Jamali Wade. He has to come and get that ball. The Indy 11 attacker, he has space in front of him.
Meanwhile, Paco Craig draws a yellow card. And Wade right now is still down on the ground.
As we get another look at it here, look at this brave goalkeeping here. Paco Craig, he has a step, so he needs to win this ball, does Wade. And for me, I understand. As a goalkeeper, I will always defend the goalkeeper union. I understand, but I also understand Paco Craig trying to make a play on the ball, trying to get his head on it. But that is a pretty nasty collision there.
So Jamali Wade, remember, had international duty with Jamaica earlier on this season. Rowdies certainly missed him when he was gone. Austin Pack did a really nice job filling in. Pack is available tonight if Jamali Wade cannot go the rest of the way.
And this is the first game, I think, that we've really seen Jamali Wade need to be as active as he has been. He's been coming off his line. We talked about the direct play of Indy 11. A lot of that involved moving around the goal mouth. As we get a good look at the green mustaches. We handed out green mustaches here for mental health awareness. So that's why people in the stands are having green mustaches if you're not tuned into that. But this is the first time that we've really seen Jamali Wade need to be as active as he has. He's made a couple saves, coming off his line very strong. And this is the type of goalkeeper that they were looking for. So it's a good look at Jamali Wade. Hopefully he's okay. but he's going to need to continue to be strong coming off his line for the Rowdies to have success tonight.
The fact that we've seen him, Jeff, a couple times really attack the ball and try and get to it first, is that maybe because, again, the size of this Indy 11 group, you want to be proactive getting to that ball, not just sitting back.
And they put the ball in dangerous spots. Every time that there's been a service, it's been one of those balls where a goalkeeper that likes to stay on his line would tend to stay back. But Jamali Waite, we're seeing that he's a goalkeeper that likes to come out and gather crosses. He likes his timing. He likes the size that he has. And these balls are put into dangerous spots where, you know, a goalkeeper pretty much has to come. So he's done a good job of that. And it's just based off of their style of play.
Watch the USL Championship in Spanish on 2DN, the nation's leading Spanish language sports network. Go to USLChampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings. The USL on 2DN. So Jamali Waite is up. That's good news for the Rowdies. And looks like he is okay, but man, that hurt the back just looking at it from up here.
That's why I like sitting in the booth now.
Oh man, you're telling me. Tampa Bay now goes to the long ball. Olivetta, and now Hilton. Again, Lewis Hilton trying to take charge. And the Rowdies will have possession. Little flick this time, Tampa Bay. Now moving forward, Hilton again. Cleared momentarily by the visitors. So Brian Schaefer, the player we talked about in the open, on loan from FC Cincinnati. He was a part of Indy 11 last year. Schaefer. Kickoff and Tampa Bay possessing again. Trying to thread the needle, and that is the pass that's been hard to complete so far. Olivetta, though, will come up with the ricochet. And the Rowdies trying to get deeper into the Indy half. Ball sent out wide. Akoff trying to deliver it to the far post. Cruz will chase it down here for the Rowdies.
And that's better there from the forward, Emily Myers. He finds the space, he comes collect the ball, and that's where you see that layoff to Dion Akoff that makes it a little bit more easy. The defenders are going to need to track those forwards if they're coming into those spaces, which creates the space out wide.
Akoff again, racing to that end line, deals it on the ground this time. Good spot for the Rowdies as it's tapped out to the far sideline. Grand Central Brewhouse, a family-friendly, pet-friendly, community-friendly two-story brewery, tap room, and beer garden located in the heart of the Grand Central District. Grand Central Brewhouse featuring traditional lagers and ales brewed in-house and served directly from European serving tanks. Grand Central Brewhouse, the place to be before the game, during the game, and after the game as well. So Rowdies starting to make a little bit of headway here in the 37th minute. Brian Schaefer to toss it in. Long throw in here. Right in the middle of the box. Rowdies really had a shot at it. The ball will come out though, and Indy right on top of it. Pretty nicely delivered ball. Now numbers come out to help. This is Neidlinger. Jack Blake will give it a ride. Right in front of the goal. And Jamali Waite right there in front. Ralph's mom certainly approves.
Fortunate there for the Tampa Bay Rowdies. It's Okello the forward. He had that space in behind. He has that front step. And then again, it's Rendon. He just can't gather the ball off that cross, but he had to step on Schaefer. And fortunately for the Rowdies, it falls right into the arms of Waite.
Just watching this game so far, it just appears that the Rowdies are a little bit uncertain. And on the other side, Indy 11, they have got all gas, no brakes. They are taking all the chances right now.
I think for Indy 11, they're not afraid to get the ball into the box. Getting the ball into the box, it causes dangers. I think for the Tampa Bay Rowdies, you see the ball getting a little bit more wide, and then they're trying to get those crosses in. But for Indy 11, they're a very direct team. We spoke about that. And when you play direct that way, and when you're having success getting the ball into the box, and you're gathering those second balls like we talked about in the open, success is going to come your way. So good job so far for the Rowdies defense, bending but not breaking. But this is a trend that we need to see change if the Rowdies are going to win tonight.
This ball dealt once more. Rowdies able to head it out. Knocking on the door again. Indy 11. How about that slide tackle? Tremendously done. And Tampa Bay now breaking out. Russell Cicerone. Cicerone has the ball tipped away from him. And the Rowdies unable to get to the final third there. Olivetta down hard right in front of the official.
Look at it here. It's the forward Henderlong doing that dirty work, coming in with that hard challenge. Good job winning the ball, and it's that quick outlet ball as well that gives them the space to move themselves up the field.
So Mateus Oliveira, how he reacted just moments ago. You hope that that is not a serious injury. He is in some pain. May have taken some spikes to the shin. Let's take one more look.
Yeah, it's that elevated foot. Referee's right there, right on top of it. Not sure if he could have saw the cleats going up the way that they were with the angle that he was at, but for me, that's at least worthy of a yellow card. Just don't think the ref was able to see exactly how his foot was up on the challenge.
Oliveira a bit gimpy right now. Son of the former Brazilian forward Bebeto. Led Brazil to Copa America Championship in 1989 and the World Cup in 1994. Very decorated player. This ball crossed in. Oh, far post. Look at the elevation, nearly the first goal for the Rowdies. And that is why Carson Henderlong is in the starting lineup.
And again, we talked about the importance of Dion Akoff. He is providing all the width for this Tampa Bay Rowdies team. It's a good, dangerous ball in. As we get another look at it here, the forward's able to find himself a little bit of space. I think that's MD Myers who was able to elevate himself off the far post, create a little bit of distance from himself and the defenders, just not able to redirect that one down. He would have loved to be able to snap that one into that near post. And unfortunately, the ball just kept elevating on him.
MD Myers has 2 goals this season. Been a little bit quiet as of late. Whistle that time. Tampa Bay can't believe it.
Not sure about that one.
Yeah, Brandon Stevis, the official. That's as 50-50 as you can get.
Yeah, for me, you either let that one play. For me, you either let that one play or it's a foul in Indy 11. I'm not just saying that as a homer, but that's just the way that I saw it. But again, it's another set piece in a dangerous spot.
Well, coming up at halftime, Mental Health Awareness Month is here. The Rowdies recognizing it. We'll hear all about it from the players themselves. And a really interesting tribute to that. Means a ton. And look around the league. Dan Lucas takes us. Tour around the league. News and notes. And we'll have first half highlights and stats as well. That's all coming up at the half. So Jack Blake back up now for Indy 11. It just feels like Indy 11 has had set piece after set piece in this first half. So now this is Quinn on top of it. This ball once again sent to that far post. And it should belong to the Rowdies. So Jamali Waite's busiest half of soccer that we have seen all season long here in this stadium. And the Rowdies keeper responding. Lewis Hilton now takes it for Tampa Bay. First time this year, post-game, fans will be treated to fireworks. I know everybody's looking forward to that. Rowdies tradition.
I got my kids out here. Have my kids first game of the year. I told them there's fireworks, and here they are.
Sebastian Cruz. Dos Santos, former Marshall star.
There just needs to be a little bit more movement out of this front line from the Rowdies. It's all very stagnant. Can one forward check in? You have three playing up top. Can one forward check in with the other one making that run behind? Can you work together to draw defenders to create space for one of these midfielders maybe to make one of those late runs that we always talk about? Just a little bit too stagnant for me offensively from this Rowdies group tonight.
Lewis Hilton settles it in the center circle. Dos Santos now. Rowdies have had a few chances in this first half, not much. Certainly been on the defense more than they have on the attack. Cicerone will turn it. If anybody can ignite the offense, it's number 10. Cruz tries to hinder long, and that one's going to be an offside.
That's a little bit better though. Cicerone getting himself on the ball, driving at that back line. Once Cicerone is the player that provides that width, that gives the space for Henderlong, the number 9, to come in and fill that gap that's a little bit closer to the goal. When you're only relying on your outside backs to give you that width, that makes everything pretty condensed for those front three. So can these guys get a little bit wider? Can Cicerone get wide? Can Envy Myers get himself a little bit wider as well? Just try to create a little bit of different spaces than we've been seeing so far in this first half.
Kids coming alive. Near side, first few rows. Really making some noise right now. Couple minutes of extra time here. Rowdies trying to get another chance before they head to the locker room for halftime. Hilton, nice takeaway. The Rowdies can't possess it. And now the other way, Blake leads it a little bit too far. So ball will be thrown in on the far side. Andy Myers again, another touch here right in front of Dominic Casciato. Coach Casciato looks at his watch, and that should do it for the first half. Scoreless through 45 and change. Not a ton of flow for the Rowdies. And the movement can certainly use improvement as well, as Jeff pointed out. And we'll see if that happens in the second half of play. But we knew Indy 11 was going to be a formidable opponent, and that has certainly been the case thus far. Let's send it down to D'Angelo, who is with Dominic Casciato.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with head coach Dominic Casciato. Coach, Indy has more of a direct style of play. How do you feel the guys are responding to that so far? And are there any adjustments you want to see in the second half?
Yeah, I think we need to stop giving away so many unnecessary free kicks, and I think we've just got to be a little bit more fluid with the ball. So that's what we look for in the second half.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thanks, D'Andra.
All right, D'Andra, thanks. So Rowdies head to the locker room. A lot of work to do in the second half. And we invite you to sit back and enjoy our halftime show. It is coming up next from Al Link Stadium. 0-0, the Rowdies and Indy 11.
I'm Spencer. Yeah. Champion of savings. Because when it comes to saving money, no one saves like me. And when it's time to get a better rate for new or used wheels, Suncoast Credit Union has the best deal.
Refi your ride with Suncoast. Get $200 cash back and no payments for 90 days. Visit a branch or suncoast.com/auto refi.
Get influenced by me. Get pre-approved for an auto loan at Suncoast and you'll love your rate as much as you love your ride.
That must be our new 500 times the cash scratch off. What a massive multiplier.
It's like I always say, go big or go bigger.
And it'll help us do huge things for education.
Donut?
I'll take 500.
I'll get the multiplier.
Times the cash scratch-offs from the Florida Lottery. It's good fun.
When we see you, we see ourselves. So the care you receive is exactly the kind of care we would want.
Great news. You're gonna be fine. You're all good.
Orlando Health. We make it personal.
Welcome back, everybody. Tampa Bay Rowdies and Indy 11 still searching for their first goal. Score 0-0 at the half here at Al Lang Stadium. So excited you're with us here on this Saturday night of USL Championship Soccer. Well, May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and the Rowdies are doing their part to recognize it. Mental health is so important in your everyday life, whether you're in your job, playing sports, dealing with family life, or whatever it is you're trying to accomplish. The Rowdies acknowledging how important mental health is.
Mental health matters, and tonight we want to remind you, you are not alone.
Every year, 1 in 5 adults experience one mental health condition.
That means someone in every family, every workplace, every locker room may be struggling silently.
Half of mental health conditions begin by age 14, and 75% begin by age 24.
Many people carry battles you cannot see.
But asking for help is not a weakness.
Talking to someone is not a weakness.
Taking care of your mind is a strength.
Checking in with a friend can make a real difference.
A simple text,
a conversation,
a reminder that they matter.
If you're struggling right now, know this.
There is hope.
There is help.
You never have to face it alone.
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 If you are struggling with mental health, the best thing you can do is not face it alone. Talk to someone you trust. Reach out to a friend, a family member, a teammate, or a professional. Asking for help is a sign of strength, and taking the first step can change everything.
Tonight and every day, mental health matters.
And in honor of mental health, all of these mustaches passed out to every single fan who entered the stadium here tonight. You'll see them all over the place at Al Lang Stadium. Certainly a great tribute by the Rowdies doing their part to acknowledge men's mental health. Much more to come from Al Lang Stadium. Dan Lucas on deck. He'll take you around the league. USL Championship, inside and outside, coming up next.
Oh, that is a screamer! Yeah, and a
Prinks Tires in the USL help soccer journeys everywhere to drive harder. From city playgrounds to suburban sidelines. From early mornings to late nights. From fun with friends to winner takes all. From the biggest fan to the biggest heart. And at every turn, Prinks Tires will be there for the long haul.
Pain doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way. Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power. Trusted for over 100 years, our proven blend of camphor, menthol, and essential oils tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger, so that you can rise above pain and get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
Goes for goal! It is a buzzsaw from Boise! Putting back post, crashing in! Max Glasser delivers for Naples!
It is halftime in the USL Championship. We hope you're enjoying your match so far. I'm Dan Lucas inside the USL studio. Let's take a look at some of the headlines in the championship. Last year's Golden Boot winner has awakened. Peter Wilson of the Oakland Roots went goalless for his first 5 matches in league play, then erupted for a hat trick in the Roots' 4-2 win over Las Vegas Lights. That's the first Oakland hat trick since the Roots joined the championship. In round 1 of the Prinks Tires USL Cup, Charleston Battery got an added time game-winning goal from Graham Smith. The 2-1 victory extended an incredible streak of 13 unbeaten matches against Loudoun United. The Battery's last defeat against Loudoun happened in October of 2019. Congratulations to Rhode Island FC's J.J. Williams. He scored his 50th career goal in the championship in Week 8. Williams becomes the 13th player to hit the 50-goal, 25-assist milestone in championship history, and he did it in less than 170 matches played. Upcoming USL national broadcast May 13th, AC Boise and FC Naples in League One. Back to USL Cup play on the 16th with Richmond Kickers in Charleston, and Rhode Island hosts Brooklyn on the 23rd. All 3 matches are on CBS Sports Network. Those are the USL headlines. We're getting closer to the second half. Let's get you back to your match.
All right, Dan, thank you so much. Right now, the Tampa Bay Rowdies sitting in second place, 14 points just behind Louisville City. Detroit, Pittsburgh in the top 4. Charleston, Hartford, Indy 11 trying to inch their way up after tonight. And Miami FC finding a way to sneak in there. If the regular season were to end today, they would qualify for the postseason as well. Look at our USL Championship scoreboard. 2-2 right there, Loudoun and Oakland Roots in a final. Detroit City gets one over Lou City. That's a big victory for them. Rowdies can move into that first place slot tonight. Charleston 4-0 over Jacksonville in the second half. They are putting it to them. Miami, they are leading as well. Pittsburgh trailing right now to Phoenix Rising. And you also see Rhode Island and Birmingham right now tied in the first half. So the score, both teams still looking for their first goal. Rowdies trying to get on track. Did not look like everybody was on the same page after one half of play. Jeff Atnella rejoins us, and we'll preview the second half of play coming up next.
Babe, are we out of paper towels?
I think so. And maybe a new toy for Sunny.
Already in my cart. Ooh, it's the newest viral tumbler.
I mean, we're getting instant cash back, so go for it.
Suncoast Cashback Plus gives you up to 20% back combined with your Suncoast credit union checking or savings account. From everyday purchases, dining out, or buying gift cards, you'll get cash back on the spot. Get started at suncoast.com/morecash.
When everything's on the line, real heroes rise to the occasion. Or die trying.
We're firefighters. We're gonna find a way to get you out of here.
We take the hits together.
We're on the same team.
I'm right here with you, no matter what.
I would never leave you hanging in the deep end.
This place is a way of giving you new family.
Fire Country, Sunday nights beginning at 8 on Tampa Bay 44.
Morgan Auto Group has the selection you need in the service you want, with over 28,000 vehicles across 70 dealerships and 28 brands. Plus, everything from basic maintenance to collision repairs, and over 20 years of service in the community. From our home in Tampa down to Southwest Florida to Miami and West Palm, across Central Florida, through Gainesville and Lake City, up to Jacksonville and our state capital. Shop Morgan Auto Group, Florida's largest automotive retailer. When you make it Morgan, we make it happen.
A Saturday under the lights at Al Link Stadium. No better place to be than downtown St. Petersburg. It's the Rowdies and Indy 11 here tonight. Both teams still looking for their first goal. Drew Felios alongside Jeff Attinella. And I know you don't notice anything different about our appearances here this week. Jeff, really, and without trying to be funny, mental health awareness and the way the Rowdies have acknowledged it, certainly very, very unique.
Well, green is the color for the night. It's the color for awareness for the month. That's why we have the mustaches. That's why I'm wearing the suit. That's why they're wearing the jersey. So the most that the Rowdies can do to bring mental health awareness to the forefront, and if people need help, if they want to get help, knowing that they have those resources.
And the Rowdies may need some help in this second half after the way the pace of play in the first half went.
Well, we talked about how Indy 11 is a physical team, and we're getting a good look at it here. The challenges have been hard. Some of them have been late, but it's been a very physical first half. Some of that is due to the elements, and some of that is also due to the way that Indy 11 likes to play. Jamali Waite, he's been the player for the Rowdies so far that has been up to the task, whether he's coming off of his line, clearing the line with his crosses, helping out his center backs, or making the saves. He's been a very pivotal part in terms of how Indy 11 wants to play and making life a little bit more difficult for him here as we see him again rise up to the occasion, able to get that ball and clear that line. For me, the key here for the Rowdies in the second half is not only can they match the physical play of Indy 11, but can they try to get the ball a little bit more on the ground to play a little bit more style to dictate the game. As we get a look at the possession, the Rowdies have been dominant in possession, but for me, a lot of that possession has been around the back line, moving that ball from side to side. Can we get that possession up in a little bit more of an attacking area? When you talk about crosses, Indy 11 has certainly had more crosses, but in terms of the game, I think it's been pretty even so far. But can the Rowdies start to dictate the flow of this game, dictate how this game is played? Because that's how they're going to have success.
Second half underway. Tampa Bay now moving from right to left. And the Rowdies now will control it. Rowdies actually moving from left to right here on our screen. Get those directions right. Here is Schaefer in Tampa Bay. Work it with Sebastian Cruz. So you could kind of tell in our halftime interview with Deandra that head coach Dominic Casciato not completely pleased with what his team was able to accomplish in that first 45. It seems to be a little bit of rhythm right now, looking to get a few different guys involved here. And interesting to see, we could also see some substitutes in the second half that can really affect that rhythm and that pace of play that we're used to seeing. So Ostrom starts the second half in favor of Akoff. And now it's Cruz. Ball placed right down the middle. Tampa Bay will come up with it. Top of the box. Oh, and it looked like a takedown right there. Official Brandon Stevis does not make a call. And the Rowdies will stay on top of it here.
For me, that's a good early look. Can Andy Myers get himself a little bit more involved? It was a little bit discombobulated there in the first half when you're talking about the rhythm of play. But the Rowdies are a team. They have success when they dictate how the game is played. In the first half, it was Indy 11. They were dictating the flow of the game. They were dictating the physicality. But now can the Rowdies regroup coming out of the second half? They're attacking towards their fan group, which, you know, gives them a little bit more momentum, has them feeling good about themselves a little bit. Can they control the pace?
Tapped out now. The Rowdies will throw it in from the far side. Credit Indy 11. Really have come in with a game plan. We're starting to see also teams more prepared to face this 2026 Rowdies squad. With so many weapons, so much depth. And if you're one of the opposition, cannot just pinpoint one thing. They can hurt you in so many different ways. Here's the service! And nearly a brilliant final touch right there from Tampa Bay.
We look at some of the changes that have been made. Pedro Delabella, he enters the game. Charlie Ostrom, he provides that width on the left. And those two players are getting themselves involved early. Delabella, a player that we know loves to get himself forward. He comes in, it looks like he's in for Hilton. He's going to be a little bit more of an attacking threat. It looks like the Rowdies have dropped Schneider to be that one defensive mid, trying to get themselves a little bit more involved in the attack.
It just feels like Indy 11 getting most of the calls thus far in this game. Saw Max Schneider go airborne that time.
And for me, this is just where the Rowdies need to be a little bit more careful with their fouls. These are dangerous spots. We've seen Jamali Waite come out and win those set-piece balls for them a couple times. There's been a couple latch-ditch defending efforts. But when you have a team that's good at set pieces the way that Indy 11 is, with the size that they have, you don't want to give them too many of these chances.
Got to be at least the fourth set piece in this game for Indy 11.
There's been a lot, and this is a dangerous area as well. This is a good spot for the player on the ball to put that ball right on that PK spot where you know that all the Indy 11 players are going to be crashing.
Cam Lindley will set this one loose. Jamali Waite, if you're just joining us, the Rowdies goalkeeper, he has been extremely active so far in this game. They'll try him again, right in the middle, top of the box, still with it. Andy scrambling. Rowdies trying to clear it. Lofted once more. And now to the far post and to the side of the net. That's as extended a chance as you've seen probably all season against the Rowdies.
And that's just those chaos. That's the chaos that Indy 11 can create within the box. It's a dangerous ball into the box. It's bouncing around, latch-ditch defending, trying to make challenges. They're able to regain that possession, get it back across the box again. You see Jamali Waite, he's doing a good job coming out. Looks like he gets a little bit of a touch off of it to throw it off just a little bit. And Indy 11, fortunately for the Rowdies, unable to redirect that ball back on the goal frame.
And in those prolonged moments of chaos, as a keeper, Jeff, what's going through your mind?
Just stay engaged the entire time, trying to track the ball. You're not worrying too much about organizing because you have to have your eye on where the ball is and what you think is about to come. Can I come off of my line and help the defenders once I see that cross come in? But just most importantly, staying engaged and trying to keep two eyes on the ball as clearly as you can.
Rowdies now back to work. They'll set it down. The USL Championship and League One are on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis each day on CBS Sports' Golazo Network and ESPN+. Go to USLChampionship.com or USLLeague1.com for the complete USL TV listings. Schaefer now sends it back to Jamali Waite. Sizing up the field for Tampa Bay. Crowd has been a little bit subdued thus far here tonight. Just waiting for that breakthrough moment from their home team.
Even though Indy 11's had a little bit of better at playing, it seems like they've been in the attacking half more. I would definitely argue that the Rowdies had the best opportunity, where Eric Dick was able to get himself low and make that big save on header long early. I think that that's what we need to see a little bit more from the Rowdies. Can those forwards get involved in ways where they're making those dynamic runs, creating those different spaces? I sound like a broken record, but for me, the changing moment in this game is, can we get the number 9 a little bit more involved so that the other players can work off of them?
Now it's still Santos heading it back here. And Waite will roll it out here for Schaefer. Again, just not a lot of rhythm, not a lot of movement from the Rowdies offense.
Well, and something that Indy 11 is doing a good job at, when you're a team that does not care about keeping possession of the ball, and you're fine defending, knowing that you're going to attack quickly and play very direct, you can be very challenging to break down. I think the Rowdies are seeing that.
Tampa Bay now with a possible chance. It's Cruz. It's Cicerone, right side. Cicerone centers it. It's Mateus Oliveira, the Brazilian, coming through.
Absolutely no doubt on this finish. The way that Oliveira strikes this ball, we talk about players having a little bit of a different speed. And that's what you see from this finish. We talked about getting the forwards more involved. Cicerone, he hasn't been on the ball much, but when he does, he creates problems for defenders. He's able to cut that ball back, and look at the thunderous strike on that finish. Absolutely nothing the goalkeeper could do about it. Finds that corner, knuckling shot, picture perfect finish. But for me, that's about getting Cicerone and these forwards back involved in the game. He's able to get that ball wide, one of his favorite spots, take his defender on 1v1, picks his head up, and Oliveira is right there at the perfect spot, finding that gap on top of the box. And he makes absolutely no doubt about that finish. That brings the crowd to life. We just talked about them being a little bit more quiet, but here come the smoke bombs, here come the flags. Time to celebrate here in Tampa Bay as the Rowdies are up 1-0.
All of a sudden, the Rowdies faithful are rocking. And with Mateus Oliveira's goal, the Rowdies donate another $250 to Orlando Health. How about Oliveira? A couple assists the last few games, and now on the score sheet for the first time this year.
Does such a good job of finding the space inside of the box. There were a lot of red shirts, so give Cicerone credit for being able to pick his head up, seeing where that opportunity was, but also you got to give Oliveira credit as well for finding that gap in the box, and then makes absolutely no mistake on the finish.
Cicerone knocking it down. Rowdies all of a sudden look a little bit more relaxed and confident here with a goal under their belts.
And that's something that we've seen from head coach Dominic Casiato so far. When the first half has not looked as good, they do a great job of the adjustments that they make at halftime, because usually when they come out in the second half, you see a different look from this Tampa Bay Rowdies group. I thought we saw it last week against the Sarasota Paradise. We've seen it in games previous to this as well, earlier in the season, and then we see it tonight against Indy 11. Good halftime adjustments, good substitutions made, and you see the results by the score on the board.
We invite you to watch Sirius XM FC's 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access Tuesday nights, live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more on Sirius XM FC 157 and the Sirius XM app. Cam Lindley gets behind this one. It's Quinn trying to put it into the Rowdies box. And now sent out by Schaefer. Schaefer on guard again. And we've got a whistle. Rowdies will take over possession here. So a couple good adjustments made by Tampa Bay. Dolabella coming in, offering a hand. Schaefer doing his thing. And now it's it's Matt Schneider, the midfield. Cruz can't fully collect it now. Rowdy's got to be careful here. Schaefer sends it back to Jamali Waite. Dos Santos lets it go. Here's Olivetta turning. Dolabella didn't expect it that time. Dick tries to clear. And number 5 now, Joshua O'Brien, the Irishman, with it on the far side. Rowdy's now starting to get to their spots. And a little bit more crisp with the passes as well.
Just able to find that rhythm. It was lacking in the first half, but now you see a little bit more confidence on the ball. Of course, a lot of that comes to the goal, but just the flow of play, they're starting to dictate the pace of the game. It was something that needed to change.
You know what's great about Olivetta, just having that signature left-footed player in that important spot in the lineup. Especially with Leo Fernandez's retirement, to have that once again in your arsenal. It's a nice thing, isn't it? Rowdy's now with a quick turn. Henderlong along that end line, and Tampa Bay will have a Capital Grille corner kick. Colony Grille corner kick. Right?
Good work there by Henderlong, making sure that you get something out of that opportunity. He had 2 defenders on him, not much looking at. Able to draw that corner kick. Let's see if the Rowdies can do a little bit of something with the set piece opportunity that they're able to get.
So Colony Grille, that pizza, oh so good in the pregame. Jeff, how many pieces did you have tonight?
Don't put me on blast.
Nice thin crust. Mateus Oliveira here on the delivery. This time on the ground. Oh, had a chance. Ricocheted around just to the left side of that post.
Again, that's a set piece that you see straight off the training pitch. I think it was Cicerone making that near post run. Ball gets left, leaving it for the dangerous. That nice little flick. Oof. Nice to see him pop up. That ball came off pretty quick off of Dolabella's foot.
This one will skate all the way across, go out of bounds. And Indy 11 will have the throw in here. So Osterman, Dolabella in. Do you think are there any other areas, Jeff, given what we've seen so far, that perhaps could ignite the Rowdies here moving forward the rest of the night?
Well, it looks like what we're getting here, it looks like Henderlong might be coming off. I think it might be Conway. It might be Conway stepping on for him. So a little bit more of a change of pace forward from the Rowdies right now. Henderlong more of that true target forward, but Conway more of that forward that's going to use a little bit more of his speed to his advantage. I think that's going to push MD Myers a little bit higher to that true number 9 role.
Yes, Evan Conway has checked in for the Rowdies, number 7 right there.
I wouldn't mind seeing Marco Micheletto make an impact on this game here after a little bit more time, dropping him into the midfield. For me, he's more of an engine type player, someone that really brings a different pace and a different motive than we've seen out of this group so far. So making a change like that at some point I think would be a wise one as well.
Sebastian Cruz, look at him run. And now you see the little heel there from MD Myers. So Evan Conway, 2 goals on the season for him. Had that game winner up in Jacksonville about a month ago. Came from North Carolina FC. There he is pressuring the ball.
Well, Conway and Myers are 2 forwards that we would like to see get back on the score sheet. I know that sometimes with forwards it's a bit of a confidence thing when you see the ball hitting the back of the net, but for the Rowdies, those are 2 players that you need to see scoring goals.
That's the number 5, O'Brien. This one's sent on the ground. Oh, it gets by. Wait that time and just wide of that far post.
Good job there by Wade. It looked like he had a good angle on it, had it covered, but once that ball got past him, it looked like it might have had eyes for that far post. If you get another look at it here, it's a tough angle. Ball just sneaks a little bit wide. But credit to Molly Wade. He's done a good job tonight. I think he's been very solid, very steady in front of the goal. Hasn't had to make too many big time saves, but everything he's had to do, it's been very clean. It's been very consistent, strong off of his line. making the saves that he has to. Just very calm, confident performance from this goalkeeper so far tonight.
Tonight's matchup brought to you by Suncoast Credit Union. With more perks, less fees. Join Suncoast today. Thrilled to have them aboard as a sponsor of these Rowdies in 2026. Schaefer sends it back to Jamali Waite. Waite has settled down this half. He has not been nearly as busy as he was in half number 1. Now it's Dolabella. Dolabella goes down hard, stays down, and the Rowdies keep on playing. Here's Tampa Bay on the attack. Look like Cicerone trying to get the Rowdies into position, and it goes off the official that time. And let's see, is this going to belong to Tampa Bay? Well, they're going to say it belongs to Indy. Jack Blake, very boisterous. That number 8 in red tonight. One goal lead for the Rowdies. That goal courtesy of Mateus Oliveira.
It doesn't come off, but for me, that's a little bit more of the movement that we're looking for from this Rowdies group, and that's something that we've seen them have a lot of success with. 1-2 touches, easy passes, playing the triangles, forward checking in. Doesn't come off on that one, but that's how you know that this Tampa Bay Rowdies team is in a rhythm when those types of passes are connected, and those are the movements that you're seeing.
Paco Craig with it, sending it up here for Indy. It's taken away. Rowdies now can attack. Oh, just had his pocket picked. Oliveira by Jack Blake.
Yeah, just tried to do a little bit too much there. Can't blame him. Thought he had him, but good job there by Blake sticking with it.
So amongst everything we've talked about on the field tonight, Jeff, and especially over the past week, we should also mention a major development in USL Championship that has happened over the past 7 days. The USL and their players coming to a tentative collective bargaining agreement. As this one reeled in by Eric Dick. Still lots to talk about. Some of the details still being ironed out, but it looks like a 5-year term with standardized 12-month contracts for all players, health insurance, a 40% raise across the board, and some really nice perks in there for the players.
Well, I think that this is a win for everybody. If you're a fan of the USL, having been a player that sat on different MLS union boards and been a part of these different conversations and CBA negotiations, it just brings a sense of calm to everybody involved in the league. You understand that the players have a contract in place that's going to be 5, potentially 6 years, and that gives the league the opportunity to operate in a way that they know that they're going to have 5 or 6 years as well. So for me, it's a win for everybody, but ultimately it's a win for the players, it's a win for the league, and especially the fans.
Russell Cicerone operating. This one sent in, and it will just miss its target. Ball will stay in, though, and Tampa Bay trying to make something of it here. And they're going to say it stays in. How about this? Sebastian Cruz now trying to deal it off. And Indy 11, that defense again arrived just in time, but the Rowdies not letting them get out of their own half.
And that's this Rowdies team that we like to see. Pressing high, able to win that ball back, continue to put the teams under attack. As we get a look at it here. A bit fortunate there that it comes off the flag, but if it's not for Cruz putting in that work, getting his body on the defender, trying to win that ball back, that never comes off. Good work there from Cruz, and he's a player as well. Good to see him back in the lineup. We didn't mention him earlier, but he's been an engine for this team as well, whether it's in the midfield role, the forward role, or the defensive role.
Soccer season is here. SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. You can get your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site, SeatGeek. Your ticket. All the great fans go to SeatGeek, and you will certainly be satisfied. Now this is Quinn. Not much been accomplished here from Indy 11 in half number 2. Lindell. Anthony Herbert, the number 4. Another big target on the pitch. He's got it right now. Herbert sending it. Right side, look out. Rowdies in trouble. And just to the right, Jamali Waite once again under fire, but the ball just off target.
Rowdy's fortunate there. Initially on that play, it's the outside back Ostrom. He takes a risk trying to win the ball. It doesn't come off, which creates the opportunity for out wide to get that cross in. Looked like Waite had it covered on the near post, but again, just another good look at what Indy 11 likes to do, trying to get the ball into the box as much as possible, this time on the ground. Usually it's been in the air this game, but Rowdy's a bit fortunate there that that one didn't test the goalkeeper.
This one gets behind as well. It's Quinn and Cruz. Well, he has been so solid for the Rowdies. Just seems to be a needle in the side of the opposition.
Again, the Rowdies a little bit fortunate in that one as well. Off the set piece, able to find that space in behind. But a good job by Cruz on that recovery defense. Look like they're going to have to gear up for another tough one here.
Crowd asking for some defense here. It's Barry on the throw-in. Indy going to try and use their size. Rowdies handle it no problem. And now it's Conway.
Good patience there from Cruz on the outlet ball.
Conway and Tampa Bay are running. Look at MD Myers trying to get position as well. Can Myers get to him? Well, credit the number 9. He ran a long way. And is this ball going to belong to Tampa Bay? Yes, it will.
A lot of hard work when earning that corner kick. But for me, that play initially starts with Cruz on that back line. Instead of just clearing the ball, he has the patience. There's a lot of bodies around him. He has the patience to connect with Conway. And that gives Conway the opportunity to drive into that space. Just getting a look at here. It's a good run here from MD Myers, trying to find that space in behind. Took a bit of a hit, but forcing the Indy 11 into a tough clearance for this corner kick.
So this Colony Grill corner kick comes from Mateus Oliveira. Here it comes. Ball headed out. And we'll do it one more time here. Actually, Oliveira will just play it. Cruz now. Sending it in with a nice curl. Eric Dick able to reel it in. Very creative by the home side.
But they have the numbers up. Ball doesn't go back out for that corner kick, but able to reestablish that cross. Then they got to get back and get a little bit defensive.
Here's Jack Blake trying to muster a shot. And it's right into the breadbasket of Jamali Waite.
Just steady so far tonight, Jamali Waite. The shots he's faced, he's been able to hang on to them. He's been able to handle them. We talked about the weather. The weather hasn't been much of a factor so far in this one, but we talked about the elements, how the field was a little bit more wet, more slick. But just safe, confident hands from Waite so far.
Indy 11 continues to knock on the door. Top of the box now. Indy 11 just looking for that final finisher, just have not been able to muster it. They'll have possession here. Indy 11 has not beaten the Rowdies since 2018, nearly a decade. Another in swing on the corner. Tampa Bay again gets first contact. Neidlinger sending it in. Rowdies wanted an offside, and the ball goes over the crossbar. And are they going to award this to Indy 11? They will, so they'll get another opportunity here.
I thought it looked like it off that initial look that Waite might have got a touch to it before it hit that crossbar. Now they need to get themselves locked in quickly.
Rowdies trying to keep the clean sheet. 72nd minute. Another look there. And this is Waite got the final touch just as it went over the crossbar, so Indy 11 was able to keep possession. Rowdy set to make a substitution, the next stoppage of play. It's Jack Blake, the former Rowdy. Paco Craig dealing, Anthony Herbert now. Here's the turn, and here's the go. O'Kella, he is gobbled up by the Rowdies defense, and it's Cicerone once more. Kemperado knows your journey and will help you along the way. They're affordable, personalized auto insurance you can count on. Get a quote today at Kemper.com. So it looks like Luis Perez is going to be the next Rowdy to check into this game. The midfielder, the Frenchman, set to check in here shortly. Rowdies now will attack. Rowdies with Conway. Conway shooting just high over the crossbar.
Everything was right there in the build-up. They do a good job of getting numbers up, getting players around the ball. It was Olivier who left the ball there, able to connect with the forwards again. And unfortunately for the Rowdies, Conway just leaning a little bit too far back on that one. Sees the ball sky over the goal.
So Mateus Olivetta comes out. Luis Perez entering for Tampa Bay.
One left foot for another.
Luis Perez, the former UCF product. Played for the Knights. Jeff, am I allowed to say that the Knights have a pretty good soccer program as well out in Orlando?
Don't say it to me.
I'll just say it once. Never more than that. Jack Blake. Oh, look at that tie-up. Jack Blake will get up here slowly. Jack Blake, just a rugged player. He kind of reminds me of a rugby player. Scottish. I remember the old clash he had with Neil Collins back in 2018 when Neil was a new up-and-coming head coach for the Rowdies. That a distant memory right now.
Not a player who's afraid to get stuck in, that's for sure. You need players like that on your team, though. Players that aren't afraid to get stuck in, not afraid to voice their opinions. He is certainly one of those.
Without a doubt. So now it's Lindley. This is physical a game I think the Rowdies have had this year. Gotta hand it to the home side, Cicerone and company. Is he going by a nickname I hear, Big Russ?
Big Russ started on the podcast. We kind of said it as a joke, and now it's stuck. It's stuck in the locker room. So, you know, if you see Russell Cicerone out in public, make sure you give him a Big Russ shout.
Big Russ right now getting a little hydrated.
I was talking to Leo Fernando, who a lot of Rowdy fans know, of course, as a former player, but he's in charge of the scouting department here with the Tampa Bay Rowdies. We were talking about it before the game, that they knew that this game was going to be a fight. Whoever won the fight was going to win this game, and ultimately I think the Rowdies have been up to the task, especially here in the second half.
So 76th minute. It's been a long haul here tonight. Definitely not the most beautiful performance, but the Rowdies in the lead right now, and they certainly want to take this one home. Drew Felios, Jeff Attinella, and our Tampa Bay Rowdies television staff bring it to you on Tampa Bay's 44 and ESPN Plus. USL Championship action. Tampa Bay, if they get a victory, if they get 3 tonight, they will be in first place in the Eastern Conference, top of the table. So for Lou City, they take an L tonight. Maybe it's the Kentucky Derby, Jeff? Got their minds on other things, perhaps.
A little bit distracted, maybe, you think? A little bit distracted from the ponies.
So now it's the number 20, Charlie Elstrom, throwing in for the Rowdies. Sent back here to Eric Dick. He's conceded once here tonight. Rowdies will get to it with Cruz. Sebastian Cruz. Got a couple goals on the year. He's been an offensive threat for the green and gold. Dos Santos across the pitch here. Brian Schaefer will handle things. Take down there inside the center circle. That is going to be called a foul. You can tune in to CBS Sports Network May 16th. Round 2 of the Prince Tires USL Cup Group 6 matchup. The Richmond Kickers host the Charleston Battery, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, Saturday, May 16th. Catch all the action on CBS Sports Network. Rowdies victorious last week in that Prince Tires USL Cup as they took down Sarasota. That was not an easy match. I was very impressed by Sarasota and their level of play in their first year.
Well, especially their goalkeeper. Their goalkeeper stood on their head for a lot of that game. But those are good momentum builder, I think, for the Rowdies that are coming off those couple draws, able to get themselves back in the win column. We talked about that May 16th game. The Rowdies will be taking on Miami down in Miami as part of their Prince Tires Cup group play. Oddly enough, it's Pitbull Arena, and Pitbull will be playing in Tampa that night. So there's a weird connection that people probably didn't know about.
Pitbull will be playing in Tampa, really?
In Tampa the night that the Rowdies are playing at Pitbull Stadium.
Oh my goodness. I went and saw Pitbull in Las Vegas at the Fontainebleau. Jeff, the best concert I've ever seen in my entire life.
Really?
Incredible.
I'm supposed to go to this Pitbull concert. I wasn't all that excited, but now I'm excited.
You are going to have a blast, let me tell you. He is a showman.
Dale.
Now here comes Indy 11 Anthony Herbert. Trinidad and Tobago represented. Rowdies continuing to break up the Indy 11 attack. Cicerone now again physical on that far side. As the Rowdies perhaps with another substitution here momentarily.
Best concert you ever been to, huh?
Best?
Pitbull.
Okay. Brian Adams was good too. Lionel Richie was good as well.
All right, yeah.
But as far as
he's in the conversation.
It's a spectacle. Let me tell you, just everything you see and everything on stage and the way he entertains. It's just, I'm telling you, you are going to have a blast.
May 16th, fire me up.
Now it's Cam Lindley.
I think the refs done a good job of keeping this game under control. I think there have been a couple different moments where it could have gotten away a little bit in terms of the physicality, but you don't want to get too whistle happy if you're a referee in a game like this. I think that last foul might have been a case of that.
So now it's Lindley on top of it. Rowdies trying to lock it down here. A little less than 10 minutes remain in regulation time. Indy trying to get off a shot. And again, Dos Santos just right there in the perfect spot. Jack Blake coming over. Defense again. Getting to it on the header. Tampa Bay, can they clear it? Yes, they will. Cicerone out of the pocket. Nice pass here, Dolabella. And Cruz slows things down. Again, if you're just joining us, the Rowdies goal by the number 17, Mateus Olivetta. Left-footed strike, top of the box to put the Rowdies in front. It's been a very defensive night, though, and Indy 11 certainly going to see their best here in this next 9 minutes. Neidlinger sets this one in orbit to the far post. Tampa Bay will take over. The official mortgage partner of the Rowdies is Union Home Mortgage, your partner from first home to refinance. Get started with UHM today and visit UHM.com to learn more. How about Sebastian Cruz? Played with Kansas City's second team. Played his college soccer at Cal State Fullerton. 2 huge goals for the Rowdies this year, one at home, one on the road. And another Tampa Bay player, it looks like Marco Micheletto has entered the game. And anytime you need to turn the volume just a little bit up, you know number 16 is the guy you turn to.
And he'll have the energy. There needs to be a little bit of spark of energy from this Rowdies team, and I think Micheletto's going to provide that. But back to your point about Cruz, it's not just the goals that he's been able to score this year. He's been so versatile. They've been able to play him up top. He's had success, and they've been able to play him defensively, and he's had success. When we talk about the different injuries along that back line, when you have a player that's able to play both of those spots at a high level, it is such an asset as a coach. And he's somebody that was a little bit banged up the last couple of games, but to have him back healthy just provides such a different option to what the coach is looking to do. See Singh coming in for Neidlinger for the Indy 11 team, just to provide another outlet. We talk about the fresh legs coming in for the Rowdies. Indy 11 looking to do the same. But for me, at this point in the game, how can the Tampa Bay Rowdies dictate the flow of the game? If they're able to get their foot on the ball, can they maintain that possession and be very selective with how they choose to go forward?
Now it's Max Schneider. Conway trying to collect. Ball goes off his toes. At this point, if you're Tampa Bay, do you look up at the clock and just say, you know what, defend and just keeping the ball out of the net? That is our #1 priority.
I think selective with how you get yourself forward. But if you just have to clear the ball, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that either. I'd imagine there'll be 3 or 4 minutes of stoppage time as well, so there's still a lot of time left in this game. So if they're able to get their foot on the ball and control it a little bit more, kill the game a little bit more with possession, I think that's what head coach Dominic Cassiano would like to do. But at the same time, up 1-0 with this much time left, no one's going to be upset at you if you just decide to clear the ball as well.
So Andy Myers there, a little collision. Cam Lindley and Indy, all hope not lost just yet. Safe to say Indy probably had the edge after half #1, but adjustments by the Rowdies and a little bit of refocusing has put them in the lead here and put them back in the driver's seat in this game. Here's Micheletto. Marco Micheletto already has become a fan favorite here in Tampa Bay. Circle around now. Rowdies with Micheletto. Nice little slide there. Marco will take the shot. It'll sail far over the goal, but the fans still loving the effort.
Well, that's the energy that Micheletto brought into this matchup. I think you could tell that he wanted to take that shot. He had big eyes for it, trying to end the game with a shot from distance, but I do like the job that he did it. He recognized that there wasn't anybody around him, able to put his foot on the ball, bring it back, kill a little bit more time. A little bit ambitious there with that shot opportunity, but it was a good run there to kill about 30 seconds off the clock.
Now it's Luis Perez. Perez trying to fire it on the ground. Micheletto, top of the box. Oh, how about that pass by Marco? How did he do that? Conway was the recipient. I think he was a little surprised it got to his feet.
This is a good bit of skill here from Marco Micheletto. Ball pops up in the air. He's able to Cruyff it over to Conway. Get another look at this here. This is not easy to do. Just in between the legs. Nice little dink there to Conway. It takes a good bit of skill.
So Colony Grove corner kick on the way. 88th minute. Thank you so much for watching tonight, wherever you're watching this game. And however you're watching, we appreciate it. Rowdies trying to get their 5th victory of the year. Not much margin of error here to be had late in this game. So waiting for the green light here is Micheletto. Marco the in-swinger. Such a great addition to this club. Came from Colorado Springs. Here he is. Nice curl on it. Right in front of the goal. And again, just over that crossbar. Rowdies had some good positioning in there. Just could not put it on frame. Rowdies quickly, though, back into form. Conway, oh. He was looking for Myers that time to break out. That's a big ball right there. Tampa Bay wins. They keep possession here as we near the end of regulation.
And you can hear the coaching staff on the broadcast just how important that second ball is. They had numbers around the second ball. In the first half, Indy 11 was winning a lot of those chances, but Rowdies have done such a better job of collecting those second balls off that long distribution.
Micheletto settling things. And it's Brian Schaefer. Cruz. Just marvel how undersized the Rowdies back line is, Jeff, but they are always in the right spot, right place, right time, so heady. And they are just unflappable, just incredible.
The defense has done a good job tonight, but again, I think we can't be forgot the first half that Jamali Waite was able to have. The way that he was able to come off his line, helping his center backs out, calm, collected, and cool on those saves as well. But really, as a goalkeeper, anytime against a big physical team that you're able to bail out, not bail out, bailout's the wrong word, help out your center backs by coming off your line and coming strong, it's such a benefit to your back line knowing that you have a goalkeeper that is able to do that. And I thought we really saw that on display for the first time this season from Jamali Waite, because it's the first time he's really been tested and had to step up in that way.
Another Colony Grove corner kick coming your way. Micheletto again deals it nicely. Ball up in the air. Dick can't reel it in, and he clears it. Rowdies still getting chances here in the 90th minute. 4 minutes of extra time coming your way. And those 4 minutes are going to seem like an eternity. And we've had some real prolonged chances here, some skirmishes down on both goals. For these keepers, they have been through a physical battle. They're going to feel it tomorrow.
They've been coming out and dealing with a lot of traffic, but that's what we knew this game was going to be about. It was going to be about physicality. And I think that a lot of times when you play physical teams like that, you know it's going to be a battle. You know teams are going to dump the ball into the box. That a lot of that physicality comes in between those 18-yard boxes. And credit to both these goalkeepers. They've done a good job coming off their line in a situation where it's not always easy to do that.
Myers trying to get position. So hang on to your seat here. This could be a thrilling finish. Sebastian Cruz. Look at Cruz, the speed. Winning the foot race. And now sends it behind. He's got plenty of help.
Can they keep possession here? Don't force it.
Evan Conway tried the little give and go. Conway comes back to it. And good presence there by Conway. Did not take the shot, was not baited into it. Simply wanted to keep possession. Jack Blake goes down. Dolabella, a little body check that time.
Good job there by Schaefer stepping up and winning this ball. Can they retain this possession? This is where you want to kill the clock down a little bit. Keep the ball, make Indy 11 chase.
That's Conway. Conway to his left, got a nice left foot, sneaks it in there. And there you see Anthony Herbert. Myers trying to get free. Crowd wanted a foul. Let's take one more look, Jeff.
I don't see a foul there. That's shoulder-to-shoulder contact. Anthony Myers, his name's not going to show up on the score sheet, or at least it hasn't yet tonight, but he's been doing a lot of the dirty work that you want to see from your number 9. He's been checking back into those pockets, getting hit, drawing fouls. But again, I think that's a situation where if you're Conway, put your foot on the ball, bring it back around, you probably could have killed another minute. And instead, Dick ends up getting the ball, and now we have a long ball, and it's, again, a set-piece opportunity.
This has got to be at least the 6th set piece that Indy 11 has had from this spot, it seems like, on both sides of the pitch.
Yeah, I think it's fitting that they got one more opportunity of this. We've seen quite a few of these tonight.
Cam Lindley sets this one afar, and it's right on frame. Jamali Wade comes up with his biggest save of the year.
And absolutely needed it. Jamali Wade, big time save from the goalkeeper off of that header. It was a free header on Indy 11 on the back post. Credit Wade, that is a big time save to get that reaction, that right hand down. As we get another look at it here, you're tracking the ball all the way. He has that position. Good reaction save, has his hands ready. And we talked about it, it's fitting. Jamali Wade, he's been so good on set pieces coming off of his line. Why not make a big time save to your right to keep the shutout intact as the clock starts to tick down here at Al Lang.
Jeff, you about jumped out of your seat after that save. I know you appreciate that with the game on the line.
We needed it.
Lindley and Indy, they're not done yet. Dolabella trying to get a piece. Rowdies will clear it one more time. Eric Dick, will they allow Indy to attack for another chance? I believe they're going to blow it dead here and give the ball to Tampa Bay. So that could be the deciding blow right there, that last defensive stand of the night. Jamali Wade, what a night he has had in that first half. He really had to get down and dirty. And just made perhaps the biggest save of the season for him.
Well, I think for Rowdy fans too, it brings a little bit of comfort because the defense has been playing so well that Jamali Wade really hasn't had to be tested. And tonight he absolutely earned this shutout, his 30th USL shutout of his career. Credit him for a great game. Big saves coming off his line, and credit to Tampa Bay Rowdies as they get 3 more points in the bank.
So the Rowdies get a 1-0 victory. A little bit of offense and a dynamic save from Jamali Wade to do the trick. Both teams really putting it all out there. Indy 11 has got to be wondering, what do we have to do to beat these Rowdies? Haven't done it in now 9 years. Indy 11 brought their A game. Tampa Bay was up for the challenge. And Jamali Wade has shown why he is a difference maker in net for these 2026 Rowdies. Crowd got involved and really propelled the Rowdies in the second half. And Tampa Bay stays unbeaten now, 5-0-2, and the Rowdies are atop the table in first place in the East. Got to learn how to win games like this. Not every game is going to be a runaway. Teams are going to throw their best at you, and sometimes you may not have your best stuff. But the Rowdies get it done, and Deandra Lou is down right now with Mateus Oliveira. Deandra?
Thanks, guys. I'm here with Mateus Oliveira. Mateus, you got your team on the board early in the second half. A lot of red shirts around you. Take me through your goal. What were you seeing out there?
Yeah, it was a tough game for us. We faced a difficult opponent, but I think we made a great game today. I'm very happy to score my first goal with this jersey, but the most important thing that we got those 3 points, because it's really important for us. We'll be game by game, and now we are focused on the next game.
Speaking about your opponent, they have more of a direct style of play. How do you feel like you guys respond to that, especially in the second half?
Yeah, it's tough. It's really tough to play against them. It's a lot of long balls. But I think we did a really great game today. Like, the most important thing is for those games is winning the second ball as well. And I think we did a great job tonight, and we are very happy to this win.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Guys.
All right, Deandra. And how about that? Mateus Olivera, the game winner tonight. 1-0. The Rowdies take it home as they get ready for their first fireworks show of the year as well. Jeff and I will wrap this one up from Mount Lane Stadium when we return.
When we see you, we see ourselves. So the care you receive is exactly the kind of care we would want.
Great news. You're gonna be fine. You're all good.
Orlando Health. We make it personal.
Morgan Auto Group has the selection you need and the service you want, with over 28,000 vehicles across 70 dealerships and 28 brands. Plus, everything from basic maintenance to collision repairs, and over 20 years of service in the community. From our home in Tampa down to Southwest Florida to Miami and West Palm, across Central Florida, through Gainesville and Lake City, up to Jacksonville and our state capital. Shop Morgan Auto Group, Florida's largest automotive retailer. When you make it Morgan, we make it happen.
Your love of driving started early. As you zoomed down your imaginary highway, someone was always there to protect you, to make sure you're still covered. Kemper Auto knows your journey and will help you along the way. Affordable, personalized auto insurance you can count on. Get a quote today.
Well, it's another winning night for the Rowdies. They get the W, 1-0, 3 more points, and now atop the table in the East, a USL Championship. True Felios with Jeff Acnella. Rowdies and their fans getting ready for fireworks here in just a few minutes. Before we do that, Indy 11, they really took the initiative early in this game.
And the focus of this game, as we talked about earlier, this one was the physical play, and we got a good look at it throughout the course of it. It was a big battle. We had Jamali Waite coming off his line, clearing out forwards. Different opportunities where players really had to step up in a different way than we've seen this season. And for me, the biggest thing was I loved how they were up to the task. If we get another good look at Jamali Waite, look at this big time save. His 30th USL shutout in his young career, and that save is second to none.
But this was the goal right here. Mateus Olivera puts it through.
We talked about he sees the game a little bit differently. Look at that little drop step that he has to drag it to his left foot, create that space in between the two defenders, and hits an absolute missile. There is no chance for a goalkeeper to save this. That little drop step drag, sees the game a little bit differently, sees the opportunity to hit that shot, finds the back of the net, secures all 3 points for the Tampa Bay Rowdies.
How about Cicerone, too, with the assist? Big Russ coming up big. And we'll let the numbers tell the rest of the story. Possession, the Rowdies really controlled this one.
They did from a possession standpoint, but I do think Indy 11 did a good job of creating a lot of chaos in the box for Tampa Bay Rowdies, but give the defense credit. They haven't really had to deal with that too much this year, but I thought that they were up to the task. You look at the shots on target were the same, but again, both goalkeepers had to make a big time save. Credit Waite at the end of the game for making the one that ultimately sealed the deal. But again, the only stat that really matters is the goals. Tampa Bay Rowdies 1, Indy 11 0. 3 more points in the bag for the Tampa Bay Rowdies as this undefeated start to the season continues one more game.
Yeah, it's been a remarkable season thus far, but now really gets dicey. You got to go on the road for 3 straight games. Rhode Island, Miami, and New Mexico across the country. Rowdies back home against Phoenix Rising on May 23rd. That's a long time.
Well, I think when you looked at the schedule when it came out, you knew that this was going to be a difficult stretch, and that's why I think it's so important that the Rowdies had so much success early in this season. Not to say that things can't go perfect for the Rowdies on the road, but anytime you have this type of road stretch, it is a little bit of a challenge. So credit the Rowdies for collecting the points that they have so far.
So 1-0 the final score. Hope you enjoyed it. We certainly did, as the Rowdies again stay unbeaten on the season. And now, again, first place in the East in USL Championship. For Jeff Atnella, for Deandra Lou, for our entire Tampa Bay Rowdies team, I'm Drew Felios. saying so long from Al Lang Stadium. Rowdies win 1-0 over Indy 11. Have a great weekend.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.